I'm 81 years old today, and I don't feel anything like 81. I'm able to use my body comfortably. I don't have a lot of aches and pains. I feel flexible. I feel I can go and do some gardening if I want to, or when I walk down the street, I feel I have freedom in my movement, that even just walking has a pleasure to it. I don't feel restricted in anything that I want to do, and that to me is a real blessing. We have the power to hold ourselves up. There needs to be a methodology of how do I actually get my body to work properly so that it functions in the most beneficial way. And that information is largely missing. That's what I aim to provide. Somatic stretch, I like to think, is for everybody. However, we all need to work through the difficulties we have in our bodies individually. And that's where I feel somatic stretch is really helpful. Posture, in my estimation, is the be-all and end-all of one's exercise goal. My aim is to teach people exercises that facilitate, in the long run, in the short run, however close they can get to what I call the ideal posture, the ideal of posture. My exercises facilitate that goal. When you hold yourself up, you open your chest and you have your back holding, and everything it says, this is me, here am I. I love seeing people hold themselves like that. It just looks so confident and self-accepting. It's like, I love feeling like this. That's what they're saying to themselves, and that's what thrills me. Yoga and Pilates have done a lot to bring people's minds more inward. Yoga does tend to have positions that you're expected to try to get into. And that's all very well, but if you're always trying to get into the position, but you're always up against a resistance that is preventing you from getting into that position, then my technique helps you to focus on what is the restriction that is preventing you from doing what you want to do with your body. I could never do a lotus position because of my hip joints. And I learned how to overcome that by not trying to do a lotus position, but finding out what was stopping me from doing that position and working only on getting the restrictions out of my hip joints. The exercises are similar to yoga sometimes. They're similar to Pilates. I have developed a technique that creates a step-by-step process of using the exercises to get the body into its correct state as close as possible for each individual. And so it's a very personalized approach. You use the exercises to your own benefit, and that you're not just copying an exercise that you see somebody else doing. I teach a kind of bodywork technique which comes out of the Martha Graham dance technique. I studied with that technique in New York when I left the National Ballet of Canada. And as a dancer, I had problems with my body. I didn't have the right kind of body for ballet technique because I had very tight hip joints, I had a sway back. At the Graham School, I had an epiphany, I think you would call it, through the Martha Graham system, which is quite different to ballet. Ballet training is very much look in the mirror, make shapes with your body, make pretty shapes, make correct shapes, which is all wonderful because it comes out as a beautiful dance. But the Graham technique is much more focused on what are you using within your body to make those shapes. And that was something that just never occurred to me. I discovered eventually that the way the body works best, the way it feels best, the way it functions physiologically best, the way you feel best in it is when you have your body, let's just say, stacked up properly. The training program is wonderful because it helps you simply focus on each exercise and apply that exercise to your own body. Are you able to do this exercise the way it's shown or given? And if not, where is your restriction? What is stopping you from doing it? And by simply focusing on each exercise at a time, you're able to discover your own body. That's what the program is about. For those who don't want to teach, it still is helping you to discover your own body. It's helping you to overcome the problems that you have. Whatever your difficulty is with your body, it's helping you to discover how to work with it so that you become, in a sense, your own teacher. People might want to teach this technique because they're already teaching, let's say yoga or some exercise class, understanding their bodies from a more personal, internal point of view. The more you get to understand your own body, the more you can apply that when you're teaching other people. Whether you're teaching or whether you're doing it for yourself, it's the same program. You need to work with your own body. There are visual and written instructions for both level 1 and level 2 exercises. The written material has point-by-point instructions as to how to work with that exercise and little side notes as to what special points to think of. Have everything inside your body just percolating with energy because it's working properly. It's working the way it wants to work, the way it's best for it to work, and the way it needs to work.